Hey, it's April 29th, 2025. Welcome back. This is Mo. It's been a long time since I actually done a video, and the reason why I'm doing this video is because of one particular bug and effect. And as this game launches, I will explain it. So let's launch this. So what's bringing me back is I downloaded GTA 5 when Epic gave it away for free. And I've been playing it intermittently over the last 4 or 5 years, however long it's been. I try to come back to it because I put in over 100 hours, and there was this huge update. Apparently, there's a new GTA version called the enhanced version. They've launched a new launcher, a couple with other things. I'm guessing to get ready for their release of the upcoming GTA 6. And all that's understood. But the main problem that I'm having, and along with a lot of other people from what I've seen on Reddit and other social platforms, is that once this game tries to launch, some people are having problems and they're getting this. And apologize for the bootleg setup here. I recently moved states, and I could have sworn I packed all my stuff, but since I didn't unpack it, once I moved in, now I have no idea where any of that stuff is. So like I was able to kind of, like put together like my mic and stuff, but I don't have like my capture card. I don't have a tripod. I don't have a few other things. So I'm kind of like in this boot up setup. And don't worry about all these windows that pop up that you guys can't see. They're not really important to the overall issue at hand. And again, like this is taking a lot longer now after the setup or after the update, excuse me. But as we'll see right now, I don't know if y'all heard that, but basically once the game launches, you hear the breaking of glass, and this is what a lot of people have been experiencing, this black screen. And once you get to this black screen, there's no cursor, there's nothing that we can actually do. If you try to alt tab, it rarely works. Like it doesn't really do anything. If you press the Windows button, it doesn't do anything. If you try like the old school method of Control Alt Delete to bring up this menu here, this will actually pop up because this supersedes any. You go to the Task Manager, guess what? Task Manager doesn't open. So you're essentially stuck here. Even if you try to, once you have this Task Manager, it will let you Alt Tab, but you can't close that window. If I think at this point, if I press the, nope, can't do that either. Now I'm trying to figure out, there we go. If you alt, like within the alt tab and press the windows, you will get this, and it'll bring up your whole taskbar. And if you even try this method of exiting out right here, it won't let you do it. GTA 5 at this point has essentially crashed your system. So before I do that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a quick restart, and my laptop boots up a little bit quick, so we'll kind of talk through this. I've seen a lot of videos and a lot of other supposed fixes for this problem. One of them was to verify your files. And if you launch the Epic launcher, Steam, and even the Rockstar new launcher, if you go over to the install icon for the game, there's a drop down menu, usually denoted by like three little dots that are denoted. You go into the folder for the game, and a lot of folders, and let's see if I can pop this open really quick. A lot of folders will pop up with a way to manage your install, whether it's the drive location, the name of it, like little certain nuances. And there is an option to verify your files. Now, verifying files, depending on, I'm going to assume, and I guess assuming makes an ass out of you and me, but I'm going to assume that verifying the files is very dependent on, and just to kind of show you this, so you go to the little three dots here, go to manage, and then there's a verify files for Epic. I haven't done this on Steam, I haven't done this on Rockstar Launcher, but I heard there's a similar method through everything that I kind of went through. It takes a while. And my laptop is fairly old. I got it back in 2018, and I run this game like on mid. And I verified the files the first time. It took about 35 minutes. And then I tried to verify them again after going like throughout 2 hours of troubleshooting and everything else. And then the next time it told me it was going to take like 48 minutes. I was literally like 5 minutes away from deleting the whole thing, but I'm so close to the end of this game after all the time I put into it. Like, I didn't want my 100+ hours of gameplay to kind of be for nothing. So going through all the options, all the alternatives, one of the other alternatives that I heard as well was to actually move your whole install from a secondary drive to a C drive. And that's 130 gigs of information. You can have the fastest consumer SSD, it's still gonna take a while. Like, I just did not want to do that. And for anybody who doesn't know, I've been doing QA, quality assurance, for a long, long time now. So like the little things and everything just was churning about. And I come to find out, and I'm going to determine whether I haven't officially found this like kind of label for this out there, but it's a bug with the full screen launching of the game. Because one thing that was recommended was that you go open your file explorer, and I'm sorry for kind of how it looks. Again, it's just how it was. Let's open your file explorer, go to your documents. That's where they have all your kind of system settings and some of the backup files that games actually need to launch and launch properly. Go to your documents, go to your Rockstar Games. There's going to be a GTA 5, a launcher, and a social club. Open up the GTA 5, and again, sorry for the makeshift setup here. And there's going to be 2 folders and a file. This file here, even though you really can't see it, let's see if I highlight this. Sorry again, it's just the setup. Anyways, this is your Setting.xml file. By default, it opens to a web browser if you click, and I know it's Edge, and you'll be able to view it, but you won't be able to edit, and you're gonna need to edit this file here. So in order to do that is you just highlight it, right click. I use Notepad++ just because it's easier to use as opposed to just regular Notepad, and I'm able to make the text larger here, so this will be a lot easier. And it just opens, it gives you all the settings, listings and number numerations. And what you're gonna look for is go all the way to the bottom and look for the little section that says video. This contains all the video settings for the game. Your resolution, whether it's the width, whether there's a height. I play at 1280 by 720 because I do have an older laptop, and the game is still pretty demanding. I only have an RX 560 series on this laptop, so not necessarily underpowered, but not the best. Refresh rate, and the one setting you're going to look for is right here, windowed. GTA 5 has 3 options in terms of how it displays your game. There is a full screen setting, a window, and a borderless setting. And these options here, when you see 0 or any type of numbering, it can stand for 2 things. 0 means it's off, 1 means that it's on. But on particular settings that have a list of options, such as windowed, this is more of an array. 0 will still technically kind of be considered off, which is why 0 is for full screen, is not for a windowed version. So you're going to open this, go to window. Right now with a value of 0, if your setting says 0, that means that the game is trying to launch on full screen, and most likely that's what's causing it to launch to that black screen. So what we're going to do is, just for the demonstration, is we're going to change it to 1. This will change it to a windowed version at my 1280 by 720. Once you change it, what you're going to do is going to press CTRL S to actually save that setting, or you can go up to File and then save it here once it hasn't been saved. It's not, I can't save it because I just saved it. Gonna go back to your Epic and relaunch the game. Now this is going to take a while. And within that settings, you can change the resolution there. If you want to change it to some sort of custom weird resolution, you can do it from that settings. Just change it and click savings. If you want to get more into it and start tweaking the hell out of your settings, I do recommend to create a backup, because you can mess up some settings to the point where you're gonna foobar your install. And I'm not sure if this is true amongst all installations, but I tried deleting that file like 4 times just so I can get a new one, or maybe launch in like a default mode. None of that worked for me. I literally spent 3 hours going through like socials and Reddits and other YouTube videos out there that even recommended maybe changing the compatibility, and boom, here we go. And as you can tell, this is the original setting here, because if you look at the window, it has a little border on top. So we're gonna let the game launch so I can just demonstrate some other things. And I don't think I can, no, I can't move it around, unfortunately. But just so I can show you guys how exactly it works with the settings. And we're gonna repurpose the bug again and actually redo it. So right now, boom, I have it launched. It's working, it's great, it's gravy. Go to settings, and we're gonna go to display, no, graphics. As you can tell, my resolution matches what's on my settings, 1280 by 720. The aspect ratio is auto. This is also an array listing that starts at 0. So if we look at, when we go back to look at our aspect ratio, it's going to be on 0. And this here was the screen type. That was the window listing that we found. If we look, we set it to 1. Full screen is 0. Windowed is number 1. And borderless window is number 2. And those are the only 3 options. So this would be 0, window would be 1, window would be 2. And once you do that, you can go in here and just change whatever you want, whether it's resolution, aspect ratios. The one limitation to this is that any windowed version will create an auto refresh rate. Unsure if you can change that with the refresh setting does it to maybe match your monitor, whatever the case may be, but it will just automatically take away any option of you actually setting, as opposed to the full screen, where it gives you an option of either 40 hertz or 60 hertz, but you can actually just list that customly in your settings file. But here we go, windowed, just like as a exit out, because we're not really interested in this. So I'm just gonna exit all this out and then just quit. Can I quit? I can quit right here. Boom. Do I want to quit? Yes. Just to prove, I guess, once again, and once this, if you want to skip out of this, cool, just skip out of it. That's really all you need to do to launch your game and just get right back into it. If you're having this black screen issue, we're gonna go to number 2, CTRL S to save it. Go back to Epic. I can just launch it from here. And at this point, I'm going to get a screen that is the same resolution, the 1280 by 720. This takes forever to launch. I don't know why it takes forever to launch now. But again, you don't have to see any of this. This is just us testing other options and seeing what's there. And once we get to that point, you'll see that we're going to launch in a similar resolution window, but it won't have that white, like label on top. It won't have the border essentially of it saying GTA 5. It'll literally, as it's mentioned, it's a borderless window. It doesn't have that little top area here. And if we go into the options to verify, you'll see that we change it to number 2 in the settings file. When we go check our settings in the game right now, it will give us the borderless window option as being the one that's selected. And it's been a long time since I actually done the video, so if I'm rusty, I speak too much, I apologize. That's kind of what I do. And we're gonna go to settings. We're gonna go to graphics. Boom, windowless border. Now, just for the sake of a video, we're going to exit out of all of this, and just to kind of, to me, will confirm to me that this was the issue of it launching in full screen mode is, you see me launch it in both modes with a 1 for windowed number 2 for borderless window. Now we're going to change it to 0, and this is the full screen option setting. Save that, and again, we've had 2 successful launches, and this to me was what I verified my findings with. Come back to launch it, because I was thinking, oh, okay, cool, it launched, it should have no problem launching. No, I was wrong. Was not the case. So again, it's just gonna take a while to launch, and I hope all y'all been cool out there. I hope everything's been great for y'all. You know, like if you guys used to watch back in the days, like I appreciate y'all to this day. Like this was a good part of my life, and I was trying to just make videos and just talk, and people would comment and view, and you know, just give me like 15 minutes of your time just for us to share a moment in life and stuff like that. But I felt with all the information that was out there in regards to trying to adjust this, I just felt like I found an easier way, which again, I haven't seen any other video just kind of make it this simple. A lot of things were verify files or change the compatibility mode of anything else. And it looks like it's going to start, right? Boom. And once we get there, it's a wrap. It's done. It no longer works. So yeah, if you stuck around this long, I know it's a long video. It just is kind of like what I do. You know, I like to test and do stuff and kind of explain information. But again, you know, if you didn't, you know, all you need is to change that settings to 1 and you should be good to go. But once again, thank you guys for just spending time with me and everything else. I hope this video has been extremely helpful. I don't know if I'll get back to doing this full time. I really doubt it at this point in my life, but I thought this was important for the players out there who might be having this problem with their GTA 5 install, and I hope this has been helpful. This has been Mo, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.